you got his number? You texting?
I'm not sure that he has a mobile phone, the US president.
We're not good enough to have Trump's mobile number, or he doesn't have one.
I don't know, but I know that.
Do you have Keir Starmer's number?
When we have discussions, what we do is we have note takers on both sides.
Mr. Dutton.
I think the answer was no there, Mark. I think that was the straight answer.
Oi, if you still reckon Australian politics isn't cooked, you haven't been paying attention, mate. We've got a Prime Minister who ducks hard questions like he's dodging magpies in spring. Albanese's out here acting like he's got something bloody massive to hide, taking one question per journo like he's the bloody queen. And this is the bloke we're meant to trust to run the joint? Pull the other one, mate. It's got bells on it. Before we dive headfirst into this political train wreck, with the Liberal campaign stalling, Albanese is losing steam, and even the Pope's death is part of the chaos, smash that like button like it's the last shred of integrity in Canberra. Subscribe if you're ready for the kind of truth Sky News won't touch. And don't forget to grab the brand new Make Albo Great Again shirt. Just $16 for the next 48 hours. Wear it loud when the whole system finally collapses. So here's the sitch. Big Albo reckons it's sweet to limit interviews, dodge the hard questions, and only speak when he's surrounded by nodding heads who wouldn't ask a tough question if their life depended on it. The bloke's turned avoiding scrutiny into an Olympic sport, and if dodging accountability was a medal event, he'd be wearing gold right now, grinning like a dog with two tails. And don't think for a second it's just the Labour mob pulling this stunt. The Libs started the one-question rule years back with old ScoMo, and now everyone's running scared like a pack of possums caught in a floodlight. But Albo's taken it to a whole new level. One journo, one question, no follow-ups, no pushback, one slip of the tongue, and he's off like a bucket of prawns in the sun. It's bloody rich too, because these are the same people banging on about how important democracy is, how we've got to make an informed choice, how it's the people's government and all that fairy tale stuff they roll out every election cycle. Yet when it comes to giving honest answers, dead silence, mate. Crickets. Might as well be talking to a brick wall. And mate, don't even get me started on that Trump mobile phone debacle. Albanese, the supposed leader of the free world's BFFs, reckons he doesn't know if Donald Trump even owns a mobile. Fair suck of the sauce bottle. Trump was texting world leaders like he was in a school group chat. Meanwhile, Albo's still stuck writing bloody carrier pigeons. If that's not a worry for how he'll handle the Yanks, I don't know what is. Truth is, real leaders, the ones with half a backbone, they talk straight. No bloody note takers, no middlemen, no PR flunkies whispering in their ear. They pick up the phone and they have a chin wag. But Albo? Nah, mate, he needs a full diplomatic cord just to say g'day. If he ever did get Trump's number, he'd probably have to ask his secretary's secretary to dial it for him. And look, I get it. Politicians always want to play it safe. They want to control the message, avoid the landmines, keep their careers shinier than a new pair of RM Williams. But when the stakes are this high, when we're talking about the future of Australia, jobs, housing, security, mateship, we deserve better than this slick, stage-managed garbage. We deserve leaders who can cop a tough question on the chin without melting like a paddle pop on a 40-degree day. But here's the kicker. The media, they're just as cooked. Half of them don't push hard enough because they're scared of getting blacklisted from the next campaign trail sausage sizzle. The other half, they're so desperate for a scoop they'll lick the boot just to get a no comment on camera. It's a bloody circus, mate, and we're the poor sods paying for the tickets. The fact Albanese can't even face a few curly questions without getting sweaty should be a massive red flag for every voter with half a brain. If you can't answer a question about your own campaign without squirming like you sat on a cactus, how the hell are you going to handle China breathing down our necks? How are you going to deal with cost of living pressures when you can't even deal with a bloody journalist asking if you've got Donald Trump's number? And look, before some drongo pipes up saying, "Oh, but the Liberals are just as bad." Yeah, no shit, mate. This ain't a bloody defense of them. They're cooked too. But right now, it's Albo who's looking like the bloke about to steer the ship straight into a reef while telling us all to stay calm, because everything's under control. Australia deserves better than politicians who hide behind PR walls thicker than the Great Wall of bloody China. We deserve better than leaders who run from the people they're supposed to serve. And we deserve better than a media too gutless to call it out. So if you're sick of getting treated like a mushroom, kept in the dark and fed bullshit, smash that like button, share this video with every mate you've got, and wear that "Make Albo Great Again" shirt loud and proud. Because if we don't start calling this rubbish out now, we're going to wake up one day and find out the whole bloody country's been sold off while we were too busy arguing over who should be Prime Minister of a dumpster fire. Catch you next time, legends, if the country's still standing by then.